Hello children, welcome back to English class. So today we will learn the another lesson 6 lesson. The lesson name is The Eyes Are Not Here, written by Ruskin Bond. This lesson is taken from your part 2 textbook. Okay, part 2 you have 2 textbooks, right? Part 1 and part 2. So this lesson is taken from part 2 textbook. The Eyes Are Not Here, written by Ruskin Bond. Okay, let me explain the lesson. Very small lesson, but very interesting lesson, and also you will be having extracts from this lesson which are very confusing. Okay, so we have to follow so carefully. Okay, let us start the lesson. I had the compartment to myself up to Rona, and then a girl got in. The couple who saw her off were probably her parents. They seemed very anxious about her comfort, and the woman gave the girl detailed instructions as to where to keep her things, when not to lean out of the window, and how to avoid speaking to strangers. They said their goodbyes. The train pulled out of the station. So we can imagine, you can guess what's happening here in this lesson. So here the picture that you are seeing, so it is the compartment of a train, and here we can see 2 people. One man, young man is sitting there, and one side young girl is sitting there, right? So here, and I refers to the writer Ruskin Bond. Okay, so he had the compartment for himself. Okay, he got in one train. So we don't know where he is going to travel. So he is traveling in a train. Okay, and that he already booked the train, and he already sat in a compartment comfortably. So after getting inside, so one more girl entered the compartment. Okay, so he is going to place the call Rona. So he is traveling to Rona. That is the place. Rona is not the girl's name. Okay, remember. Okay, another one girl entered the compartment, and when she got inside the compartment at that time, so one couple, they were taking care of her, and they were giving so many instructions, and they were so so they are so anxious about her comfort. Okay, are you okay? Like that, they began to give so many instruction details. So what type of instructions they are giving? Detailed instructions. So where she need to keep her things, in the cupboard or under the bed. So where she need to keep, and they are giving the instruction that not to lean on the window also, right? That is very dangerous, we know. Okay, if you are leaning on the window sides, thieves will be there, so it may hurt. That's why they are telling where. So we should not lean on the window, and when we should not lean, that also they are giving detailed instructions. They are giving to whom? One woman, and most probably the couple will be her parents. Who guessed that? This man, the young man who was already sat in the compartment, he guessed that. So the people who are giving the detailed instructions to that girl, most probably she will be her mom and the father. Okay, and even they gave the instruction that not to speak, avoid to speak to the strangers. And also at last they said their goodbyes to that girl, and the train began to start, and it began to leave the station. Okay, that is the first paragraph. Have you understood? Okay, let's move to the second paragraph. Okay, now who are there in the compartment? Our author Ruskin Bond, and one more girl. So man and woman. Only one man and one woman, but there is one girl. They were sitting in the one single compartment. Now let's start what's happening there. As I was totally blind at the time, my eyes sensitive only to light and darkness. Underline that statement, very important statement. So you have to follow so carefully, because you are going to get reference to context. I mean, extracts will be there, no? So you have to follow the lesson very carefully. So as I was totally blind at that time. Okay, how he was blind? underline that, who was totally blind, completely he was blind. When at that time my eyes sensitive only to light and darkness. Only he can guess darkness or light. That's it. He was totally blind. I was unable to tell what the girl looked like. Right, he can't see. Now we understood that the author was blind at the time and only her eyes sensitive to light and darkness. That's it. And he was unable to see what type of girl that girl, how she was looking, her appearance, that and all, and what type of slippers, that and all. But I knew she wore slippers from the way they slapped against her heels. So as she was moving that, so she could he could understand what type of slippers that girl was wearing. Okay, then when how he could when they were so the way they slapped against her heels. So as she was walking, the sound was coming. So through that he could understand what type of slippers she was wearing, and I would know what type of slippers. Just she was wearing slippers. Then it would take me some time to discover something about her looks. Definitely, right? As this man was blind, totally blind, so it will take time for him to imagine how the girl looked like, and some more information if you want to find something, to discover something about that girl, the another passenger in that compartment. So he need little more time. Right, that's what he's telling. Perhaps I never would, but I liked the sound of her voice and even the sound of her slippers. Two things he could hear, right? Because he was blind, only he can hear the things. So two things he liked. What is that? Sound of her voice. How? Maybe he might have heard when she was talking to her parents or mom. So one thing. And another thing, slippers. A slipper sound was also good, so he liked the two sounds. Then he started the conversation, right? What is that conversation? First statement. Are you going all the way to Delhi? Sorry, Dehra? I asked. Who asked this? Who asked this? The writer or Ruskin Bond, our author asked. Okay, author asked to whom? That girl. What is the question? Are you going all the way to Dehra? Dehradun means, are you going to Dehradun? Like that he began to ask. The author asked to whom? That girl. He asked that girl. I must have been sitting in a dark corner because my voice startled her. So he thought that suddenly when he began to ask this question, so immediately she didn't notice that one man is also there in the same compartment. So suddenly she began to surprise. Hey, what is that voice? Suddenly that voice has come. Like that she began to alert herself. And she gave a little exclamation and said, I didn't know anyone else was here. She said that, okay, she said that I didn't know someone is sitting there. It means that something wrong with her, right? She couldn't see one person already has been sitting there in that same compartment. So she said suddenly with surprise, she exclaimed that, and she was telling, she doesn't know who was there in that room. Someone is there. She couldn't guess that already. She couldn't sense that someone is sitting in the same compartment. She made that statement. Suddenly that question has come, right? So that was she didn't give the answer, but she made this statement. Oh, someone is there? I don't know. I didn't think that someone is sitting there. Like that she told. Well, it often happens that people with good eyesight fail to see what is right in front of them. Okay, listen carefully. You have to listen carefully. So the man, who is that? Our author said this statement. Okay, all the people, he thought that this girl, she could see properly. She had very good eyesight. That's why she said that, oh, people with good eyesight, they will fail to see what is there next to them. that much blind they are. Like that, with that intention he made the sentence. He doesn't know that whether that girl could see or couldn't see, that and all he doesn't know, but he thought that she has good eyesight. That's why he made this statement. They have too much to take in, who? The people with good eyesight. So he is talking, this paragraph, writer is talking about the people who have good eyesight. Understood? So why he started this statement? Because the girl who entered the compartment, she told that she didn't notice that someone is sitting there in the same compartment. When the author asked the question, are you going all the way to Delhi? Okay. At that time, that's why when the author began to respond in this way. Okay, people who have the good eyesight, they can't see anything even which is there next to them, that also they can't see. Like that he began to respond in such a way. And they have too much to take in, they can take anything to inside, but I suppose he made the statement. Whereas people who cannot see, this is the difference he is making, see. Whereas people who cannot see have to take in only essentials. Okay, it means that the blind people can take only important things inside their minds. But the people who have the good eyesight, they will take everything inside, and which is there next to them, they can't see. So whatever registers most tellingly on their remaining senses. So in convincing manner, so politely, whatever there in this mind, because they will take only essentials. Who? The blind people. The blind people will take only important thing. Essentials means what? Important, which is needed for them. Only they will take, and that will be reminded, that will be printed in their mind, that is registered in their mind, that they can't forget. That's why we know, right, they will be having sixth sense. We will say, blind people will have the sixth sense. Whatever, if they touch one time, if they could hear one time, they will not forget that. Right? So they have that sense. That's what he is making this difference. Then 6. I didn't see you either, I said, but I heard you come in, he said. He exposed that he is blind. Who? The author said. I didn't see you. Who? This and all. Who is telling? Author is telling. I didn't see you either. When you came here in this compartment, I didn't see you, but I heard you come in. Only he could understand, he could sense that this girl entered the compartment, as he could hear the conversation of that girl and also with her parents, how she was talking, everything he could hear because of that conversation. So he could understand, and he could make the sentence that young girl entered the compartment. That's what he told. Okay, I couldn't see you, but I heard you come in. I wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind. I thought, provided I keep to my seat, it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, he was, see here, listen carefully. I wondered if I would, so he made that statement, I didn't see you. Okay, it means that confirm, he is given confirmation that he is blind. Right. So he thought that unnecessarily I gave this statement. Okay, he has given that information to him, but after that he is making comfortably in his plate, and he sat at one place that the girl should not understand that this man is blind. He is acting that he can see anything. He doesn't want to expose himself as a blind man. That's what the girl said. I am getting down at Saharanapur. My aunt is meeting me there. This much information she has given to this man. So now she opened her mouth and she began to respond to that author's question. Okay. Then who will take care of her? Her aunt. Okay. When she get down from that train, so who will be there? to take care of her, to take her, to pick up her aunt. Her aunt will be there. So she told that, okay, I am getting down at Saharanapur, and there my aunt would come and she will pick up me. That's what she gave the information. Then I had better not to be too familiar, I said. Aunts are usually formidable creatures. Okay. Then he thought like that. Okay. He thought that better to be quiet. We should not torture that girl that much, or we should not have that much friendly relationship, because aunts will be so strict and they will be attacking me. Like that he thought. Okay. Then she asked, where are you going? She asked, that girl asked. Then this man said, to Dehra and then to Mussoorie. So two words he said. Oh, how lucky you are. I wish I were going to Mussoorie. I love the hills, especially in October. This girl said. Okay. Oh, how lucky you are. That girl said. Even she wanted to go to Mussoorie. Why she wanted to go? Because he liked that place and hills and all, hill station will be there, that and all, she likes that. So she also shared that information about her. Then, yes, this is the best time. Who said? The author said. Yes, that season is the best time. Calling on my memories. Okay, how he said this statement? See here. Now he could able to calling on my memories means he could able to recollect his past when he had eyesight. Okay, he was not blind from his birth. Okay, that's you have to remember. Listen carefully. So now he is telling, yeah, when this girl told that Mussoorie, that place is very good and she wanted to enjoy that place. So at that time this man began to say, yes, that place is very good. Like that he told. How he could able to say? Because he wanted to, when he had the eyesight at that time, he had seen that place. So that's what we are going to see in the next few lines. So the hills are covered with wild dahlias. Remember this. The hills are covered with wild dahlias, means small beautiful flowers, plants will be there, and the sun is delicious. At that time, hill station, we know how the sun will be looking, and at night you can sit in front of a log fire and listen to some music. Yes, even night times also, so we can have that fire, the campfire they can put, and also they can listen to the music. That will be very entertainment for us. So many of the tourists have gone and the roads are quiet and almost deserted. Yes, October is the best time. So we can imagine they are traveling during the month October. How these things and all can say that being a blind man. The author being a blind man, how could he able to explain about the Mussoorie? Because he was recollecting, he was not blind from his childhood. Okay, at that time he was totally blind. But so that's what see here, calling on my memories. It means that he could recollect his past. He was remembering his past days when he was not blind, when he had good eyesight. Whatever he had seen in that Mussoorie, so he could able to recollect. Now he is explaining about the city, the place called Mussoorie. Okay, so they may ask this question. Next, let's move to the next part. She was silent, and I wondered if my words had touched her, or whether she thought me a romantic fool. Then I made a mistake. What is it like? I asked. Okay, she after telling everything about Mussoorie, she remained silent. Oh, that girl! She listened everything, but she remained silent. Then this man was thinking, anything, did I say anything wrong, or did I done any mistake? Like that, he began to think about himself, whatever that. So what she was thinking about him, whether am I a romantic fool? Like that, he began to questioning himself. Which is like, After that he said, then I made a mistake. What is it like? I asked. Then she said, she seemed to find nothing strange in the question. Had she noticed already that I could not see? But her next question removed my doubts. Okay, he thought, he was thinking that whether this girl has noticed this man is blind. That is the doubt about this for this boy, this man. He was thinking because he wanted to hide his blindness from the passengers. He's making a game. That's what. Okay, so that's what he's making. But after the next question of this girl, all the doubts have been cleared. What is that question? So, why don't you look out of the window? She asked. Got it? Listen carefully. Why don't you look out of the window? She asked. Who asked? The girl asked whom? Arthur. It means that she didn't notice, she didn't understand that the author is blind. Because if she could able to understand or notice that this man is a blind man, then she would not put this type of question. Right? She wouldn't have put this question. That's why after making this question, all the author's doubts have been cleared. Right? Then what he said? I moved easily along the berth. Then he could move to the near to the window side berth and felt for the window ledge. So window side will be there, no? So there he moved to the towards that, and the window was open. Already the window was open, and he began to look towards the window, making a pretense. So he began to acting like as he could able to see everything, and he was not a blind man. Of studying the landscape. Landscape means what? So through window or through any place, how much ever area that you can see through your two eyes, that view is called landscape. Whatever it may be, beautiful or it's not good. How much ever that you can see through your two eyes, that view is called landscape. So he was studying about the landscape. We can imagine, right, when you are looking outside the window through the running train, so many trees, hills will be there, fields will be there, and poles will be there. Right, the phone poles, electrical poles will be there. That poles and all, the telegraph, that's what you see. So everything is there. With whether you see or not, just we can imagine and see. Okay, now because that is a common thing when you are traveling in the train, definitely you can see such things. You have to pass outskirts of the cities. That's what. So blindly he said, of studying the landscape, I had the panting of the engine. Right, rhythmic sound will be there, the train rhythmic sound, the engine sound, the rumble of the wheels, we know that. And in my mind's eye, I could see the telegraph post flashing by. So he could say, where? Mind's eye, not the physical eye. Mind's eye, he could sense that, and he said, what is that? The telegraph post will be there, no? That and all he could able to see. He said like that. Have you noticed? Again, as if he could able to see everything, like that he is telling. Have you noticed? I ventured that the trees seem to be moving while we seem to be standing still. That is common, right? Everyone knows that. When you are traveling, the trees will be moving and we will think that we are standing still in one place and just the trees are running like anything. Like that. That is a common thing. So he made that statement. He was asking that question. To whom? That girl. That always happen. That is always happen. That is the response of everyone. We know, even if he asks us, even we can respond in such a way. So that's always happen. She said, do you see any animals? Now, very good question she put. Okay, hardly any animals left in the forest near Dahra. She asked, do you see any animals? Hardly any animals left in the forest near Dahra. So she began to ask this question. Okay, any animals? The telephones and all, the trees will be common. Do you see any animals? Or any animals are left in the Dahra? Like that she began to ask. Then I turned from the window and faced the girl. And for a while we sat in silence. He didn't respond for that question. Just he turned towards that girl and just he was looking at her face. He couldn't see. He can't see. Just he was faced towards that girl. Then he made a stay. After some time they began silent. No, they didn't respond for anything. After that, you have an interesting face. Underline the statement. You have an interesting face. I remarked. Who remarked? Arthur remarked. I was becoming quite daring, but it was a safe remark. Few girls can resist flattery. Okay, flattery means praising, right? Too much praising. Generally, the boys will be praising the girls, younger girls, in order to do something. Okay, like that. Even here also, he made that statement. Okay, if any boy says to girl, oh, you are looking so beautiful, how the girl will feel? Really, she will become flat. That's what. Okay, he made the statement and he was saying, okay, I made the good statement, I will be in the safe side, nothing will happen, the girl definitely, she will be flattened. Like that he was thinking. She laughed pleasantly, a clear ringing laugh. She didn't say anything, just she laughed so pleasantly. It is nice to be told I have an interesting face. Okay, that is common. Everyone likes, if you are looking good, if anyone makes such statement, definitely we feel so happy. So even she also felt happy, and also she said like that. It is nice to be told I have an interesting face. I am tired of people telling me I have a pretty face. Another statement. Okay, this is very good statement you make. Good adjective you have given to me for me. That is interesting face. But even I am tired. Always people were telling me that I had pretty face. But you made that interesting face. Okay, she already had that compliment that she had pretty face, but now this author has given a compliment, another compliment, that interesting face. He didn't give that you are looking beautiful. He didn't say like that. He made that interesting face you have, like that, without seeing her. But he said that okay, this statement is nice to be told like that. You told nice, like that. She made the statement. Then, oh, so you do have a pretty face, thought I. And aloud I said, well, an interesting face can also be pretty. Oh, you too have pretty face also. Like that the author told that girl. Of course, interesting face can be pretty. Like that he was telling. Then 25th paragraph. You are a very gallant young woman. This man said, you are a very gallant young man. She has given this compliment to that man. But why are you so serious? She put the question. But why are you so serious? Who said this statement? That girl. Girl said to that man, young man. One compliment. What is the compliment? Gallant. Gallant means very brave. But you are looking so serious. Why are you so serious? You are very gallant. Not only gallant, very gallant, brave man. Then I thought then that I would try to laugh for her. He thought that better to laugh for her. But the thought of laughter only made me feel troubled and lonely. I don't know why he was feeling like that. So he thought that better to laugh, but after that he stopped himself. He was feeling troubled and lonely. We will be at your station, I said. Okay, before going to the author's station, first whose station will come? The girl's station will come. So that's why immediately he was feeling sad that that girl is going to get down from the train. So he said, okay, we will be at your station. Thank goodness, it's a short journey. Okay, so he said thank for that, because they had the good fun, good entertainment, good conversation, right? So he said that was a short journey, but it was good. So he said thanks to her compassion. And I can't bear to sit in a train for more than 2 or 3 hours. Okay, he said that I can't bear to sit for 2 or how many hours? Just 2 or 3 hours also he can't sit in the train, it seems. Yet I was prepared to sit there for almost any length of time just to listen to her talking. He doesn't want to sit in the train for 2 or 3 or more than 2 or 3 hours, but just to listen to her voice, he wanted to sit in the train for a long time. Her voice had the sparkle of a mountain. Underline that statement. Sparkle of a mountain stream. Okay, that much good sound it is. Mountain stream. If any stream is falling down from mountain, means water stream, you know, right? So how sound will come? No, that sound like that. Her voice. And as soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter. But it would stay with me for the rest of the journey and for some time after. Okay, but she may forget. He said that, author said, after getting out of the train, definitely she will forget about the conversation, about the meeting, how they met in that compartment. But this author is telling that definitely I am going to remember this little time, whatever time that we had spent with each other. I am going to remember it in the near until I get down from the train, the rest of the journey it means. The engine's whistle shriek. The carriage wheels changed their sound and rhythm. We know, right, when train is getting slow at that time, the engine sound will be reduced and it will be different. You can understand the train is going to stop. The girl got up and began to collect her things. We know, though the station had come, so the girl wanted to get down from the station. So she collected her things and all, and I wonder if she wore her hair in a bun, or it was plaited, or if it hung loose over her shoulders, or if it was cute, very short. So many things he was thinking about the girl's hair, whether they have been tied or left, or been tied up, or been cut off, or been left loose like that. Until shoulders. So many different hairstyles he was thinking about the girl's hair. Okay, then the girl drew slowly into the station. Okay, outside there was the shouting of porters and vendors and a high pitched female voice near the carriage door, which must have belonged to the girl's aunt. So we know in the railway station what type of sounds will be there. So many people will be selling, no? So many vendors will be there, groundnuts vendors will be there, different vendors. So porters will be there, they will be collecting, transferring the luggages like that. So at that time even he could able to see high pitched female voice. So he thought that definitely that voice would be the girl's aunt. Okay, then goodbye, said the girl. Who said that? Girl said to this man, goodbye. Okay, I am going to leave, bye. Then she was standing very close to me at that time. So she was standing when she was telling goodbye. So at that time she was very near, close to this man, and that perfume from her hair was dazzling. Wow, that perfume of her hair, maybe what type of shampoo she had put, we don't know. That much good smell really mesmerized this man. He couldn't forget that smell, that much beautiful good smell. He could feel that smell. He could sense that smell, and I wanted to raise my hand and touch her hair. Wow, that much good smell he sensed, and even he wanted to raise his hand and he wanted to touch her hair because of the good perfume coming from her hair. But she moved away. But anyhow, she left the place, and only the perfume still lingered where she had stood. Only her perfume, we know, right, when the person who put the perfume, so applies the perfume, even in his or in her absence also, in her leaving the place also, the place will be filled with the perfume smell. Same thing happened here also. Though she left the place, but her perfume smell was still existing in that place. You may break, you may shatter the vase if you will, but the scent of the roses will linger there still. Who said this statement? Author said. You refers to whom? That girl. Okay, you may leave the place, but the scent, the perfume smell is really attracting me so. Okay, still the smell is there and I could feel that smell. There was some confusion in the doorway. Listen carefully. Of course, we are going to finish the lesson. There was some confusion in the doorway. What is that confusion? Let me explain. Now that girl left. Now only that man is there who the author is sitting in the compartment. The man left. Sorry, girl left. Now a man, another man entering, getting into the compartment. Star made an apology. Then the door, something was confusion in the doorway. We don't know what happened. Then anyhow this man entered the place and he said he was telling some sorries to the another people. We don't know that. Then the door banged shut. After that they closed the door and the world was shut out again. Again he became silent in the compartment. He couldn't see and he couldn't listen any voice from the outside. I returned to my bed. Again he went to his berth in the train, right? We know the compartment, berths will be there. The guard blew his whistle and we moved off. Again the train started when the guard blew the whistle. I had a game to play with a new fellow traveler. Underline that statement. Who had the game to play with a new fellow traveler? So every time this fan is there in the compartment, so what is that game that he was playing? He will play that he is not blind. He will pretend that he can see everything because his eyes were good, but only probably he can't see. He lost his eyesight. Do you know what happened? But he will make a game there. He'll play a game with the new fellow traveler. He started and the train gathered speed. The wheels took up their song. We know, right? Tuck, 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 the sound will come. Carriage groaned and shook. I found the window and sat in front of it, staring into the daylight that was darkness for me. Right, staring, just it was day only, but for him it was darkness. Why? He can't see. He was blind. So many things happening outside the window. It could be a fascinating game, guessing what went on out there. Right, it will be attracting for him, but he can't see anything. Only he can imagine what is there outside. So many things will be happening. Just he can guess what is happening outside the window. The man who had entered the compartment broke into my reverie. Okay, suddenly he began to talk. Who? This. Okay, reverie means what? Respect, or here the daydream. So he was thinking something, right? That and all. Suddenly he began to do something to this man. I mean, not negatively. Listen carefully. Just I am going to explain. You must be disappointed. Suddenly this man made this statement. Who? The new fellow traveler. Fellow traveler. This man is talking. He started his conversation with this man, with the author. What is that? You must be disappointed. He said, I am sorry. I am not as attractive a traveling companion as the one who just left. Understand? So he started, okay, till maybe this new fellow traveler might have understood that this man was playing there. Maybe he might have regular to that compartment or the, okay, just he was telling that so you must be disappointed. I am not that much attractive companion as that girl who was there, who was there in that compartment. I am not like that much, okay, attractive. Then the author said, yeah, she was an interesting girl. Who said? Author said, can you tell me, did she keep her hair long or short? So he asked that question. Can you tell me, she was a very interesting girl. Can you tell me, did she keep her hair long or short? Why? Why does this man need that and all? So simply asking that question. She was longing to know that answer, whether she keep her hair. I don't remember, he said, sounding puzzled. It was her eyes I noticed, not her hair. She had beautiful eyes, but they were of no use to her. She was completely blind. Didn't you notice? So he said that I don't remember whether she had long hair or short hair, but I noticed that she had beautiful eyes, but she was completely blind. So didn't you notice? He asked that question to this man. So finally this man was playing game with the new fellow travelers, but now he became fool because that girl also blind. Even she also played a game with this man.